everybody, welcome to Keto Upgrade. If you don't know already, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And today we are going to be making fat bombs. Of course, I had to upgrade them. So today we are making brown butter macadamia nut fat bombs. Let's get started. Okay, the hardest part of this fat bomb is the brown butter. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step. Okay, first we are going to set this on medium heat. Now, if this is your first time doing this and you're a little hesitant, you might want to keep it on low. It will take longer, but you'll have less of a chance of taking it too far past the brown to the burnt stage. And this does take a little bit of time. You can skip this step altogether and just melt butter and put it in your fat bombs, which that's what a lot of fat bombs are. But I had to upgrade the flavor of this a little bit. And macadamia nut and brown butter go really well together. You can see it slowly starting to brown. It will go faster once you get to this stage. You want to keep it moving. Basically, brown butter is just browning the milk solids in your butter to give them a nutty flavor, which will pair well with the chocolate and the macadamia nuts. You want to have a bowl set aside, ready to put this into so that it stops the cooking. So what you're looking for is that golden brown on the bottom of the pan. Once you got that color, you pour it into a bowl. Stop the cooking. There you go, you got your brown butter. So we're gonna let this cool for a little bit. And while we let that cool, I have a pot of water on to do the chocolate melting. You can easily just throw it in the microwave at half power, 30-second intervals, stir it. But it's easier for me right now to just have it on low and let it go until we need it. So that's 6 ounces of Lily's milk chocolate chips. You can use any kind you want. I've done it with the dark chocolate. I've done it with the semi-sweet. So we're gonna start on the filling now. So I have 4 ounces of softened cream cheese and 3 ounces of the Lakanto powdered sugar. And we're just gonna whip that up until it's nice and fluffy. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of this butter into my Lily's chocolate chips. And then we are going to have a 1/4 cup into our cream cheese mixture. I want to get some of those solids on the bottom in here too. That's where all the flavor is. There you go. Save that extra. You can always use it for something else too. So we're going to slowly drizzle this in while we're whipping. Make sure you get all your brown bits out of your measuring cup. Okay, you're good to go with that. And then I just have a 1/4 cup of very finely chopped macadamia nuts that I'm going to fold in. Nice whipped up filling. Okay, so the chocolate is over very, very low heat and it's almost done already. It has the 2 tablespoons of brown butter in there. It's almost completely melted. We want to just get that butter incorporated. Might take a few seconds. I'm also going to put in a tiny bit of sea salt in there. Makes a little salty sweet combo. And I'm just going to keep this pot on low. If I need to put this back on, I can just put it back over for a few seconds and it'll melt it all together. Okay, now that both parts of our fat bombs are ready to go, we are going to assemble them. And there's a couple different approaches you can take with this. I have really tiny molds because I like little pieces of chocolate after dinner. But if you have your regular fat bomb molds that are a little bit bigger, it's easy just to spoon in your chocolate, spoon in some of the filling, freeze it, and then spoon over some chocolate and make your, little layered fat bombs. I like making them more fancy, pastry chef-like, and making them into actual chocolates. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can do that in here, the more difficult way and then the easier way. So first, I use piping bags to make it easier on myself. If you don't have, the fancy stuff, you can always use Ziploc bags too. Or like I said, you can just use a spoon. But this makes it much easier. Get all your filling in there. And all the macros for the filling and the chocolate are down in the description below, but it all depends on how much you make out of these ingredients. So if you make 30 of them, they're 1 gram of carbs each. I'll probably get many more because I got very small molds. Okay, so the first way that I make them usually is more like little candies. I pour in the chocolate all the way up on them. Then I have something on the side to dump them out on. So I have something flat that'll make this easier for me. Get them all coated around the edges. And then I just pop them upside down, give them a little shake. And then I pop these into the freezer to set up the shell. I scrape off all the excess chocolate. And I go pop those in the freezer using my smallest and ugliest sheet tray because it's the one that fits in my freezer the best. And then with the excess chocolate I have on my flat surface, I scoop it with a bench scraper and put it right back into the warm bowl. Try not to waste any of your chocolate here because it's all measured in your macros. Now, another way you can do it is I got another pastry bag here. Just because my molds are really small, you can easily do this with a spoon, but it's going to take me a long time to do it with these little molds. So you twist it and you put this in there so that the chocolate doesn't drip out on you. Let's see. Put this over your hand. And you can pour the chocolate into your bag. And then you can just put a tiny bit of chocolate in each one. And then put your filling in. And then you can just let that set up for a few seconds and then we'll pipe in some of our filling into that. This one I'm going to do like I did the first one. You can also put this on, a lot of chocolate makers have like the baking racks and you set them on top and let them drip for a while. But I find that you waste a lot of chocolate that way because it all gets stuck on the metal grates on those. This way you don't waste any and you get all that chocolate back into your bowl. In certain molds, if you have a lot of design on the bottom, you'll have air pockets in there too that you want to get filled. So you tap it down a little bit, and then you can do that again. Make sure all the holes are filled. Then pop these guys on the same sheet tray in the freezer. Then we're going to come back to these guys. And I got a wide tip on here. You want that for the nuts because they might be a little big to get through a small tip. And I'm just going to pipe a tiny bit into each one of these. Kind of trying to push the chocolate up the sides a little bit. Okay, so we're going to pop these back in the freezer now. So while we're waiting for everything to freeze, I'm going to just pop this back on the heat and let it stay there until we need it again. Okay, now that the shells are hardened, that's the easy thing about this. The shells get hard real quick. The other stuff has a little while to go in the freezer. So I'm just going to take my piping bag and fill these up to the very top. We're just going to cover them with a tiny layer of chocolate. And I'm actually making these for Mother's Day is coming up, and my mom has actually been by 3 times to grab a batch of these, and I'm running low, so I'm going to make her a whole batch for Mother's Day. So that'll be a nice treat for her. If you get a macadamia nut stuck in there, shoot it out. And you're just going to pop these back in the freezer to set up a little bit more before we cover them in the chocolate. Okay, the candies have been chilling in the freezer for about 10 minutes. I'm going to grab them out. Now, I kept an eye on my chocolate. I kept putting it on and off the heat. You don't want it to burn, so you want to keep an eye on it, keep stirring it. I actually added 1 more ounce of chocolate chips and a teaspoon of brown butter. That's why I made a little extra brown butter in case I needed more. It also makes it easier if you have more chocolate than you need to do this, so that you don't have to keep scraping your bowl down a lot. So you take your first one here and you pour your chocolate over. You can also just do this with a spoon, especially if you have bigger molds. You're not going to be making 45 like I am here. Spread it out a little bit. Make sure all of them are filled. And once they're filled, you pick them up and gently scrape your excess chocolates back into your bowl. Might harden pretty quick because they've been in the freezer for a while. Make sure they're all nice and covered. Okay, all our molds are topped off with chocolate. We're going to throw them in the freezer for 30 minutes to an hour until they're nice and set up. Okay, it's time to pop out some fat bombs. Now these are a great snack for even non-keto people. You can make this with regular chocolate, regular sugar. My mom isn't keto and she likes these, and I make them keto so that I can have a couple too. But they're very easy to pop out of these silicone molds. I definitely recommend silicone for this instead of the regular plastic old candy molds. And pop out real nice and easy. And I just pop these into storage bags and I keep them in the freezer. And I like them both ways, completely frozen, and also I'll let them sit out for like 10 minutes and the filling gets really soft and creamy. So there's one tray of them. And this made 45, so it makes a lot when you make them tiny. But they are delicious. I'm gonna steal one of my mom's fat bombs. So I hope you enjoy these fat bombs as much as me and my mom do. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.